Oftentimes, it's been the offense that's held back Mississippi State over the last 2 years. But on Saturday, it was the defense that was the big letdown as the Bulldogs' chance to extend their bowl streak took a significant hit. Bulldogs were thrashed by Kellen Mond, who accounted for 5 touchdowns, 3 in the air game and 2 on the ground as A&M jumped out to a 28-7 lead before the Bulldog offense finally got going. Kylan Hill had a big day on the ground, running for 150 yards and a score, while Garrett Schrader struggled to complete passes. Did finish with 3 scores in the afternoon, but it was the turnovers that continue to bite the Bulldogs.
You know, the biggest thing in the game to me was the turnover margin. We gave it away 3 times and didn't get any, so we were -3 in the turnover battle. -6 the last 2 weeks, and I think -7 over the last 3. So it's going to be very tough to win a lot of games when you're turning it over and not creating very many turnovers.
MSU will have an opportunity to right the ship. They are favored in 3 of their final 4 games beginning next weekend at Arkansas. A balanced Mississippi State Bulldog attack was enough to hold off a gritty South Alabama Jaguars club on Sunday for a 78-75 exhibition game victory. Tyson Carter did the heavy lifting, pumped in a team-high 19. Reggie Perry, he dazzled with his all-around performance, had 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 helpers. This was the Dogs' lone tune-up game of the season. They'll hit the court for real a week from tomorrow when they host Florida International. In desperate need of a victory, Mississippi State had to settle for a 1-1 draw on Sunday afternoon in their home finale. MSU struck early in the second half, but Tennessee knotted it back up with a penalty kick some 10 minutes later. MSU is in a must-win scenario going up against Missouri on Thursday, and at this point, not even a win would assure the Dogs of a spot in the SEC tournament. The Ole Miss Rebels punctuated their home schedule with a 4-0 rout of LSU on Sunday to put the Rebels in prime position to make the SEC tournament. Madison Smith, Mo O'Connor, Channing Foster, and Haley Stackpole all scored for Mississippi in the win. Rebels are now in position to make the SEC tournament, and a win against Texas A&M on Thursday night would all but assure them of a spot in that postseason tournament. Thursday's game kicks off at 6:30 on SEC Network Plus. Drew Brees made his return to the lineup on Sunday. Didn't miss a beat. Brees threw for almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Saints roared past the Cardinals 31-9. Alvin Kamara was sidelined for a second straight week, but Latavius Murray, he stepped in nicely with a pair of scores for New Orleans, who has won 6 straight heading into their bye week.
Obviously, the last 5 weeks have been tough. You know, just rehabbing, just trying to get healthy again. You know, I felt like early on there was a lot of excitement, you know, and maybe shaking the rust off a little bit. But and I love I love the game, love being out there with my teammates.
And one of the most dominating performances, perhaps of all time, Martin Truex Jr. ran rampant in his route to his 7th win of the season on Sunday at Martinsville. Win for Truex guarantees him of a spot in the championship 4 round that comes up in less than 3 weeks down at Homestead of Miami. Truex led 464 of the race's 500 laps. That's the 2nd most laps led in a single race in Cup Series history. After a 9-week layoff, Tiger Woods returned to the winner's circle in his 2019-2020 season debut in historical fashion. Woods posting a final round of 3 under 67, a 3-stroke victory at the inaugural Zozo Championship. Win for Tiger, 82nd on the PGA Tour, vaulting him to the top of the all-time wins list with Sam Snead, who also won 82 tournaments. Tiger will return to the links in early December for the Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas.